Developing tonight, Iranian state media have confirmed the death of Supreme Leader of Iran. The U.S. and Israel launched a major military campaign against Iran this morning aimed at wiping out Iran's nuclear program. The response to the attack has been mixed, with many U.S. lawmakers concerned that the airstrikes did not receive congressional approval. Charlie Diagata has this report from Tel Aviv, Israel.
Smoke rose above the Iranian capital this morning, the first explosions announcing to the world the war had begun. American and Israeli forces targeted Iranian air defenses, missile and drone launch sites, and regime buildings. Hours later, the extraordinary announcement: the supreme leader had been killed. This morning, in a powerful surprise attack, said Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, we destroyed the compound of the dictator Khamenei in the heart of Tehran. U.S. Central Command released video showing cruise missiles firing from an American warship and fighter jets taking off. In a joint operation it described as the largest regional concentration of American military firepower in a generation. The Israeli military saying it struck more than 500 targets alone across Iran. Iran says dozens of people were killed at a girls' school, among at least 200 people reportedly killed so far in the airstrikes. Trump announced the military action on his social media channel.
We are going to destroy their missiles and raise their missile industry to the ground. It will be totally, again, obliterated.
Iran's retaliation was swift and far-reaching, targeting U.S. bases and allies in more than half a dozen countries across the Middle East. Cell phone footage captured explosions near the headquarters of the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet in Bahrain. And as night fell, Iranian drones slammed into residential high-rises in Bahrain's capital, setting apartments ablaze. Iran went after other soft targets across the region too, hitting upscale tourist neighborhoods in the United Arab Emirates and striking Dubai Airport, a major travel hub. In neighboring Qatar, residents in the capital Doha ran in terror as part of a missile dropped from the sky before exploding on a street filled with people. While in Israel, emergency first responders worked into the night at a scene of a strike that destroyed homes, killing one and injuring at least 20. Iranian attacks like that have continued throughout the night, and President Trump has vowed the U.S. will continue too, saying heavy and pinpoint bombing will continue uninterrupted through the next week or however long it takes to get peace in the Middle East. Charlie Daggett, CBS News, Tel Aviv.
Texas Republican Senator John Cornyn spoke with CBS News' Ed O'Keefe tonight about what he told President Trump about the U.S. strikes on Iran.
I told him I supported a strike because, first of all, I told him I really respected the fact he would take the chance, the political risk, really, to strike Iran's nuclear weapons program. And the fact that, these B-2s flew from Missouri 30 hours and then dropped these bunker busters down the ventilation shaft of a nuclear weapons program is nothing short of miraculous.
And we do have local reaction as the conflict between the U.S. and Iran intensifies. KENS 5 reporter Mike Jimenez spoke with Bexar County Commissioner and Marine Reservist Grant Moody and a local Iranian family about these latest developments.
Precinct 3 Commissioner Grant Moody is also a lieutenant colonel with the Marine Reserves. While he has not yet received a call to action, he says he's ready to go.
I think it was an extraordinary first step. First strike by the United States and our partner and friend in Israel.
Commissioner Moody is praising the Trump administration for their actions and says he has full confidence in President Trump and his leadership.
War's an ugly thing, right? And we would rather not be at war, but this is needed.
Moody says for decades, Iran has been what he calls the largest state sponsor of terrorism in the world, and points to recent actions by the Iranian government where thousands of protesters were killed during protests in January.
No one wants a long, protracted war, but there are ways to use military force to make the world a safer, better place and protect our national interests around the world.
Moody says he hopes and prays the conflict will end quickly with a free Iran and new leadership, and also says he feels many Iranian Americans are supportive of the actions against Iran, like sisters Taraneva and Moshkan, who both fled Iran and haven't been back.
Today was actually a historical day for us. Nobody would believe that this is going to happen, and after 47 years of oppression, the head of this snake was gone, and it was unbelievable.
The sisters say many like themselves have built a life of exile as refugees in the U.S., and despite the killings and oppression, they say Iranians are dancing in the street, popping fireworks, and celebrating.
We don't call it a war. I think it was a rescue mission, and we are thankful to all those brave men and women, the pilots, the soldiers who took over this task of rescuing people.
They also say they hope for freedom and happiness for their people, and say they believe the future is bright for Iran and everyone in the Middle East.
What's happening today and right now in the moment is giving us hope for a chance to return back and see our homeland.
Mike Menace, KINS 5.